Good morning. Hi, I'm Pat Cavanaugh, coming to you high from our penthouse suite studios on Millstead Avenue in Conyers at the News Building. Hope you've had a good week. It's been a nice touch of spring for us. And we're talking today, and we're going to spend some time. I have a special guest with me today, Mr. Pat Cavanaugh, who is the publisher of the Covington News and newspaper company, and is actually my boss. Pat, how are you today?
Doing fine, Pat. It's always great to be over in Conyers visiting with you and the staff over here.
We'll get back to talking to Pat some more about St. Patrick's Day. We just wanted to, in fact, you'll see a lot of coverage in today's paper about the origins of our Irish parade of the shortest run. And just a grand time on St. Patrick's Day, which is next Tuesday. So we want to talk a little bit about that today and thank the people who helped put this together. So I'm going to ask a few questions from Pat, who's visiting us who's visiting us today. Pat, I know when you were younger that you really got into the spirit on St. Patrick's Day. And as you grew older, I know you danced many a jig and many a place, and I think you've calmed down a little bit now. But that must have. Why did you do that, and what kind of fun did you get out of that? For St. Patrick's Day.
Well, Pat, I followed a fine family tradition, and I wasn't kind of boring like you were. I enjoyed getting out dancing with the ladies.
Yeah, and that's true. And I, myself, of course, used to meditate and pray on that day and worry about getting you home at night. So I'm glad that's changed a lot. So, but the other questions I have, you've had opportunity, and I've had the opportunity to publish papers around the country in same areas. And what parades did you think were kind of the nicest parades that you participated in or that you saw?
Well, Washington, D.C., Denver, San Diego, all had great parades.
And did you always after go and kind of meet with the rest of the revelers and kind of party and just kind of let your hair down a little bit?
Always and forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Pat, we don't quite do that as much as we used to, that's for sure. I guess because we've gotten a little older. But I'll tell you, here in Conyers, we have a grand time on St. Patrick's Day. I thought this was the fact that the parade, which starts at the top of the our little town, and comes on down past the Celtic Tavern and ends down at the end of the street. I always thought it was kind of the cutest parade that I've ever seen. Everybody can participate. You can bring your dogs, you can bring your kids, you can dress like you want to. You just get out and have fun, and people come and wave you and cheer you on. And it's just a good time to smile and be happy. And God knows we need that right now, a time to smile and be happy. And on the way, if you want to stop at say the Celtic Tavern at one of the places we have there and have a little bit of green beer on your way, that's fine. Nobody cares. And in fact, in the paper today, there's some story from the original creators of that. Now, I had thought this parade was the shortest parade in the world, and it's not. In County Cork, the Irish have a parade that goes 100 yards from one pub to another, and it's quite famous. But I'll tell you, we have to have one of the most famous of the small parades in the country right here in Conyers. And then after that's over, at 5 o'clock, the Rockdale Rotary sponsor a special run from the top of the street where the train station is and the Main Street headquarters are to the bottom on where the point is. And it's a fundraiser for the Rockdale Club, and they use that money to help a lot of local charities and nonprofits. And that's a lot of fun. And it's not too late that you can participate in that and be a part of that run. And if you blink your eye, it's over. So you just don't want to blink your eye if you're watching it. But you can get a hold of Tim Baker at Everett R. Jones or Deborah Armstrong over at the hospital, and they're members of that Rotary Club, and they'll help you and give you information, and it's still not too late to sign up. and it also helps a good cause. And we suggest that you don't stay in the middle of the street when you're watching this run, because it's so fast and it's so quick that it might blow you away. So I'd be very careful. I'd wait at the point or at the beginning. So again, we have a great time on that. And T-Pat, are you? What are your plans for the company, and what are your plans for for that day?
Well, we have a lunch. Miss Molly makes a great corned beef forsaw and cabbage, and we're ready. So, and we're going to let everybody off early to go to the parade. That's pretty much what we do, but we have a grand time. And we have
Well, that's great. So I'll tell you what, we're also going to be live streaming that day. Starting at 3 o'clock, we'll be set up right across from the Celtic Tavern. We're going to have the representative of the Leprechauns Union, Marty Jones, who will be co-hosting that with yours truly. And if you want to come out and stop by and see us and say hello to one of your relatives across the country, if you have somebody in the service and they're overseas, they can pick this up. It'll be live streamed. You want to say hi to them, we're glad to have you stop by and do that. And again, all they will have to go to is rockdalenews.com, and they can see you wishing them a St. Patrick's Day. Come by and share your St. Patrick's stories with us before the parade, and we're planning to have a fun time. Anything else, T-Pat?
Yes, Pat. We need to encourage everybody to find a driver and to make sure that they're safe and don't put themselves or our neighbors in danger on the drive on St. Patrick's Day.
T-Pat's right. We want you to be safe that day. If you're going to go out and you're going to celebrate, as we've encouraged you to do, then what we would suggest that you do is make sure that you have somebody to drive you home, or get a taxi cab number before you do that. And enjoy yourself, but don't put anybody else in danger. Enjoy what St. Patrick's Day has become. It's become a day of celebration, of dance, of music. Again, just neighbors seeing neighbors, a few hugs here and there. Just enjoy the day and have fun. And we'll look forward to seeing you come up to see us across from the Celtic Tavern. Have a good week. And T-Pat, just one more thing. Can you stay a little later? I want to talk about that raise that you've been promising me for a long time.
Well, Pat, Mother always said that you were an arrogant child.
All right. Okay. From Pat Cavanaugh and T-Pat Cavanaugh, we'll see you next week.